So Samsung just launched their new Galaxy A series phones, the A35 and the A55, and today we'll be taking a look at the Samsung Galaxy A55. These A series devices have always looked almost identical to their S series counterparts, with the A55 looking almost identical to the S24 and S23, but with a few corners cut to get the price closer to half of that of the flagships. So what is the Samsung Galaxy A55? How does it perform? And should you rather buy this over the Samsung Galaxy S24? Let's take a look. In terms of design, the A series has always looked very similar to their S series counterparts, and this year they are closer in terms of materials as well. So the A55 now has a metal frame as well as Corning Gorilla Glass Victus Plus at the front and back of the device to make it more durable. Plus you have an IP67 water and dust resistance rating to protect your phone from elements while you are using it. Now, as I said, the design does resemble that of the S24 range, but you do have this key island that protrudes out a bit with a more rounded edge, while the rest of the device has a more flat side profile. Samsung has also stuck with the SIM tray, which on the A55 can either support dual SIM cards, or you can rock one SIM with a micro SD card that allows you to expand your storage by up to 1 terabyte, which honestly I love, so great move on Samsung for actually adding that feature on this device. Now, in terms of colors, Samsung has decided this time around to prefix all of their colors with awesome, but if we ignore that prefix, the A55 is available in navy, lemon, lilac, and ice blue, which I really love. And for me personally, I love that Samsung is going for more muted colors on their devices. Even, for example, this gray on the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra, it looks cleaner and better for me, but I know a lot of other people love the more poppy and saturated colors, and then it might be best to get a cover to do that for you. Then in terms of storage, this one is the 256GB version, but it is also available in a 128GB version, which for some might be a better choice, and then just expand on the micro SD card slot if you actually need more storage on your device. You also have a massive 5000 mAh battery under the hood, which should be more than enough to get you through an entire day's worth of use. But one negative I want to add here is the fact that it only has 25 watts of charging, but that is one of those features that you are giving up when choosing an A series device. And even though I would love it if they added 45-watt charging, this isn't a massive deal breaker, especially considering the price. When it comes to the display, Samsung has always been known for their amazing displays, and with the A55, they will continue to be known for that. You have this massive 6.6-inch Full HD Plus Super AMOLED display that supports up to 120 Hz refresh rate, which looks absolutely amazing and feels really responsive. You also have a peak brightness of 1000 nits, which is more than enough for indoor use, but is still good enough to be able to use your phone outside as well. Consuming content on this device is great, whether that is watching YouTube videos or even Netflix, which by the way, the A55 supports HDR on Netflix. It all just looks great. The colors look amazing, the sharpness is on point, and the blacks look inky black, and overall it really is hard to fault this display. But the bezels on the side, however, I feel could have been a tad smaller, but overall it does look really clean and it performs really well. The cameras on paper are also amazing, with a 50 megapixel primary camera, 12 megapixel ultra wide, and 5 megapixel macro. And then if you flip it around, you also have a 32 megapixel selfie camera. Now, in terms of performance, all of these cameras are capable of taking great pictures as well as great video, and even does well in low light. So for the general pictures and videos that most people take, you should get good results from this. And then when it comes to video, you are able to record in up to 4K 30 frames per second in both the front and back cameras. Plus you have the ability to use Pro Video and Pro Photo to get more control over your settings and to get raw photos as well if you want more control over your edits. Now, thanks to all the new features Samsung has been releasing, you also have a lot of control over your edits. You can copy and paste your subject into different pictures or videos. You can use a bunch of different settings to just automatically edit all of your photos, which is a great touch for me and just makes it really easy to get the best quality photos just by simply tapping a button. But let's actually chat about how it performs, because let's be honest, that is probably what most people are interested in. So under the hood, we have the Exynos 1480 chip with 8 GB of RAM, which really provides you with great performance in daily tasks like scrolling social media, messaging, and even performs great in multitasking. So if you are looking for a device that feels smooth in general tasks, then this is a great one for that. Now, I did also test it out in gaming scenarios, and from playing a bunch of different games on this device, it really performed well, and it didn't really struggle with gaming in general. So if you are someone that casually games on their smartphone every now and then, this will work for that. And even though it does perform really well in games, I wouldn't necessarily buy this device just for gaming. If you want high performance, or if you are a gaming enthusiast, then it might be worthwhile rather to invest in the Samsung S23 or S24 range, or something with similar performance, just to ensure that you are getting that level of performance that you are looking for. These devices are aimed towards the general user using their devices for general daily tasks, and does gaming and editing as a thing every now and then, or isn't singularly focused just on performance. Then it also features Android 14 with One UI 6.1, so customizing this device to look and feel exactly like you want it to is really easy. Plus it runs Android, which for me is always a plus on entry-level devices. The Samsung Galaxy A55 provides you with some of the best specs, features, and looks compared to most other devices in the price range. These devices really look like premium devices. They also feel very premium in hand. Another thing I really like is the balanced approach that Samsung is taking with these devices, because even though the Samsung Galaxy A55 isn't amazing or perfect in everything, it is good at everything. You have good cameras, good performance, good screen, and even good design, while other devices in the price range usually try and focus on one feature, and then that is sort of all of the device is really good at, which is usually either gaming or cameras. So should you buy the Samsung Galaxy A55? If you're looking for a device in this price range, then yes, the Samsung Galaxy A55 and even A35 are probably the best devices you can buy in this price range compared to other devices on the market today. Yes, it isn't perfect, and there are things that I wish they would improve upon, but also at the same time, it isn't fair judging this device on features that it is lacking from the S24 when it comes in at half the price while still maintaining about 70% of the features. Plus, for most people, you probably only need an A series device, as you won't make use of all of the power the S series provides you. But that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe. And then, as always, until next time, cheers.